Welcome to Hot Atlanta for the 71st renewal of the game between the American and National Leagues. A sweltering 91 degrees as game time approaches.
And now, the starting lineup for the American League. Leading off from the Cleveland Indians, playing second base, Roberto Alomar. Batting second from the New York Yankees, playing shortstop, Derek Jeter. Batting third from the New York Yankees, playing center field, Bernie Williams. Batting fourth from the Oakland Athletics, playing first base, Jason Giambi. Batting fifth from the Boston Red Sox, playing left field, Carl Everett. Sixth from the Texas Rangers, the catcher, Ivan Rodriguez. Batting seventh from the Kansas City Royals, playing right field, Jermaine Dye. From the Cleveland Indians, playing third base, Travis Fryman. Batting ninth, warming up in the bullpen, from the Toronto Blue Jays, the pitcher, David Wells. The National League starting lineup. Leading off from the Cincinnati Reds, playing shortstop, Barry Larkin. Batting second from the Atlanta Braves, playing third base, Chipper Jones. From the Montreal Expos, playing left field, Vladimir Guerrero. Batting fourth from the Chicago Cubs, playing right field, Sammy Sosa. Fifth from the San Francisco Giants, playing second base, Jeff Kent. Batting sixth from the Atlanta Braves, playing first base, Andres Galarraga. Batting seventh from the St. Louis Cardinals, playing center field, Jim Edmonds. Batting eighth from the Pittsburgh Pirates, the catcher, Jason Kendall. Warming up in the bullpen from the Arizona Diamondbacks, the pitcher, Randy Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give your 2000 All-Star teams a big round of applause.
And welcome back to Safeco Field in Seattle. Now let's join public address announcer Tom Hutler for the introduction of tonight's All-Stars.
Now, let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the New York Mets, Bobby Valentine. Leading off from the Arizona Diamondbacks, center fielder Luis Gonzalez. Batting second from the Colorado Rockies, first baseman Todd Helton. Batting third from the San Francisco Giants, left fielder Barry Bonds. Batting fourth from the Chicago Cubs, right fielder Sammy Sosa. Batting fifth from the Colorado Rockies, designated hitter Larry Walker. Batting sixth from the New York Mets, catcher Mike Piazza. Batting seventh from the Atlanta Braves, third baseman Chipper Jones. Batting eighth from the San Francisco Giants, second baseman Jeff Hent. And batting ninth from the San Francisco Giants, shortstop Rich Aurelia. National League starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Randy Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2001 National League All-Stars. Now, let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the New York Yankees, Joe Torre. Leading off from the Seattle Mariners, center fielder Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second for the Texas Rangers shortstop, Alex Rodriguez. Batting third from the Boston Red Sox, left fielder, Manny Ramirez. Batting fourth from the Seattle Mariners, second baseman, Brad Boone. Batting fifth from the Cleveland Indians, right fielder, Juan Gonzalez. Batting sixth from the Seattle Mariners, first baseman John Olerud. Batting seventh from the Seattle Mariners, designated hitter Edgar Martinez. Batting eighth from the Baltimore Orioles, third baseman Cal Ripken Jr. And batting ninth for the Texas Rangers, the catcher, Ivan Rodriguez. Pitching for the American League and warming up in the bullpen for the New York Yankees, Roger Clemens. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2001 American League All-Stars.
And welcome to Milwaukee, home of the 73rd All-Star Game. This is the third time Milwaukee has hosted baseball's Midsummer Classic.
Now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the New York Yankees, Joe Torre. Honorary captain, two-time MVP, Brewers legend, Robin Yount. Suzuki. Batting second from the Boston Red Sox, third baseman Shea Hillenbrand. Batting third from the Texas Rangers, shortstop Alex Rodriguez. Batting fourth from the New York Yankees, first baseman Jason Giambi. Batting fifth from the Boston Red Sox, left fielder Manny Ramirez. Batting sixth from the New York Yankees, catcher Jorge Posada.
Batting 7th from the Minnesota Twins, center fielder Torrey Hunter. Batting 8th from the New York Yankees, second baseman Alfonso Soriano. Batting 9th and warming up in the bullpen from the Boston Red Sox, Derek Lowe. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2002 American League All-Stars. Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Bob Brenly.
All right, Joe. Good luck. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
The honorary captain, 15-time All-Star, going into the Hall of Fame later this month, the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith. Leading off from the Montreal Expos, second baseman Jose Vidro. Batting second from the Colorado Rockies, first baseman Todd Helton.
All right, Todd. That's a fun big boy.
Batting third from the San Francisco Giants, left fielder Barry Bonds. Batting fourth from the Chicago Cubs, right fielder Sammy Sosa. Batting fifth from the Montreal Expos, center fielder Vladimir Guerrero. Batting sixth from the New York Mets, catcher Mike Piazza. Batting seventh from the Philadelphia Phillies, third baseman Scott Rowland. Batting eighth from the Philadelphia Phillies, shortstop Jimmy Rollins. Batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Curt Schilling. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2002 National League All-Stars.
Chi-Town is certainly not Chi-Town, and baseball's biggest shine bright with so much riding on the line.
Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the Chicago Cubs, Dusty Baker. The National League honorary captain, an 11-time All-Star and 2003 inductee into the Baseball Hall of Fame, Gary Carter. Leading off from the St. Louis Cardinals, shortstop Edgar Renteria. Batting second from the St. Louis Cardinals, center fielder Jim Edmonds. Batting third from the St. Louis Cardinals, left fielder Albert Pujols. Batting fourth from the San Francisco Giants, designated hitter, Barry Bonds. Batting fifth from the Atlanta Braves, right fielder, Gary Sheffield. Batting sixth from the Colorado Rockies, first baseman, Todd Helton. Batting seventh from the St. Louis Cardinals, third baseman, Scott Rowland. Batting eighth from the Atlanta Braves, catcher, Javi Lopez. Batting ninth from the Montreal Expos, second baseman, Jose Vidro. And warming up in the right field bullpen from the San Francisco Giants, pitcher Jason Schmidt. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2003 National League All-Stars. Now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the Anaheim Angels, Mike Scioscia. The American League honorary captain, a 10-time All-Star who put the go in Chicago's Go-Go Sox of the 1950s, Luis Aparicio. Leading off from the Seattle Mariners, right fielder Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second from the New York Yankees, second baseman Alfonso Soriano. Batting third from the Toronto Blue Jays, first baseman Carlos Delgado. Batting fourth from the Texas Rangers, shortstop Alex Rodriguez. Batting fifth from the Anaheim Angels, left fielder Garrett Anderson. Batting sixth from the Seattle Mariners, designated hitter Edgar Martinez. Batting seventh from the New York Yankees, center fielder Hideki Matsui. Batting eighth from the Anaheim Angels, third baseman Troy Gloss. Batting ninth from the New York Yankees, catcher Jorge Posada. And warming up in the left field bullpen, from your Chicago White Sox, Esteban Loaiza. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2003 American League All-Stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 75th All-Star Game. Now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. First, the manager from the New York Yankees, Joe Torre. And now emerging from above the third base dugout, the starting lineup for the American League All-Star team. Leading off from the Seattle Mariners, center fielder Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second from the Detroit Tigers in the bullpen, catcher Ivan Rodriguez. Batting third from the Anaheim Angels, right fielder Vladimir Guerrero. Batting fourth from the Boston Red Sox, left fielder Manny Ramirez. Batting fifth from the New York Yankees, third baseman Alex Rodriguez. Batting sixth from the New York Yankees, first baseman Jason Giambi. Batting seventh from the New York Yankees, shortstop Derek Jeter. Batting eighth from the Texas Rangers, second baseman Alfonso Soriano. And batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from the Oakland A's, pitcher Mark Mulder. Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. First, the manager from the Florida Marlins, Jack McKeon.
Have a good time.
And now emerging from above the dugout, the starting lineup for the National League All-Star team. Leading off from the St. Louis Cardinals, shortstop Edgar Renteria. Batting second from the St. Louis Cardinals, first baseman Albert Pujols. Batting third from the San Francisco Giants, left fielder Barry Bonds. Batting fourth from the St. Louis Cardinals, third baseman Scott Rowland. Batting fifth from the Chicago Cubs, right fielder Sammy Sosa. Batting sixth from the New York Mets, catcher Mike Piazza. Batting seventh, come on, let's hear it, from your Houston Astros, center fielder Lance Berkman. Batting eighth from your Houston Astros, second baseman Jeff Kent. Ladies and gentlemen, batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from your Houston Astros, pitcher Roger Clemens. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2004 National League All-Stars.
The All-Star Game returns to the Motor City, and we wonder, what will it do for an encore? That will be up to Comerica, the new Tiger Stadium, and of course the best 68 players baseball has to offer.
Now entering the field from the tunnel behind home plate, let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. the manager from the 2004 National League champion St. Louis Cardinals, Tony La Russa. Leading off from the Philadelphia Phillies. What a night last night. Right fielder Bobby Abreu. Batting second from the New York Mets, left fielder Carlos Beltran. Batting third from the St. Louis Cardinals, the designated hitter, Albert Pujols. Batting fourth from the Chicago Cubs, first baseman, Derek Lee. Batting fifth from the St. Louis Cardinals, center fielder Jim Edmonds. Batting sixth from the Chicago Cubs, third baseman Aramis Ramirez. Batting seventh from the New York Mets, out in the bullpen, catcher Mike Piazza. Batting eighth from the Los Angeles Dodgers, second baseman Jeff Kent. Batting ninth from the St. Louis Cardinals, shortstop David Eckstein. And warming up in the bullpen from the St. Louis Cardinals, pitcher Chris Carpenter. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2005 National League All-Stars. Now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2004 World Series champion Boston Red Sox, Terry Francona. Leading off from the Boston Red Sox, center fielder Johnny Damon. Batting second from the New York Yankees, third baseman Alex Rodriguez. Batting third from the Boston Red Sox, the designated hitter, David Ortiz. Batting fourth from the Boston Red Sox, left fielder Manny Ramirez. Batting fifth from the Baltimore Orioles, shortstop Miguel Tejada. Batting sixth from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, right fielder Vladimir Guerrero. Batting seventh from the Texas Rangers, first baseman Mark Teixeira. Batting eighth in the bullpen from the Boston Red Sox, catcher Jason Varitek. And batting ninth from the Baltimore Orioles, second baseman Brian Roberts. Warming up in the bullpen from the Chicago White Sox, starting pitcher Mark Burley. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2005 American League All-Stars.
Tonight, it is indeed Destination Pittsburgh, the city hosting the Midsummer festivities, the ballpark, truly a classic.
All right, let's go. Let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2005 World Series champion Chicago White Sox, Ozzie Guillen. And now, batting first and playing right field from the Seattle Mariners, Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second and playing shortstop from the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter. Batting third and playing first base from the Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz. Batting fourth and playing third base from the New York Yankees, Alex Rodriguez. Batting fifth and playing left field from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Vladimir Guerrero. Batting sixth and catching out in the bullpen from the Detroit Tigers, Ivan Rodriguez. Batting seventh and playing center field from the Toronto Blue Jays, Vernon Wells. Batting eighth and playing second base from the Boston Red Sox, Mark Loretta. And warming up, batting ninth and pitching from the Detroit Tigers, Kenny Rogers. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2005 National League champion Houston Astros, Phil Garner. Batting first and playing left field from the Washington Nationals, Alfonso Soriano. Batting second and playing center field from the New York Mets, Carlos Beltran. Batting third and playing first base from the St. Louis Cardinals, Albert Pujols. Here he is, batting fourth, playing right field from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jason Bay. Batting fifth and playing shortstop from the Atlanta Braves, Edgar Renteria. Batting sixth and playing third base from the New York Mets, David Wright. Batting seventh and playing second base from the Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley. Batting eighth and catching from the New York Mets, out in the bullpen, Paul Loduca. And warming up in the bullpen, batting ninth and pitching from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Brad Penning.
This is more than a game, it is a celebration, and you are invited to the baseball family reunion. Can you hear them? They're welcoming you in this magnificent shrine to America's pastime, AT&T Park.
Now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2006 American League champion Detroit Tigers, Jim Leyland. Batting first and playing center field from the Seattle Mariners, Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second and playing shortstop from the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter. Batting third and playing first base from the Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz. Batting fourth and playing third base from the New York Yankees, Alex Rodriguez. Batting fifth and playing right field from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Vladimir Guerrero. Batting sixth and playing left field from the Detroit Tigers, Maglio Ordonez. Batting seventh and playing catcher from the Detroit Tigers, Ivan Rodriguez. Batting eighth and playing second base from the Detroit Tigers, Placido Polanco. And warming up in the bullpen, batting ninth and pitching from the Oakland Athletics, Dan Herron. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2007 American League All-Stars. Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2006 World Series champion St. Louis Cardinals, Tony La Russa. Leading off and playing shortstop from the New York Mets, Jose Reyes. Here you go, San Francisco. Batting second and playing left field from the San Francisco Giants, Barry Bonds. Batting third and playing center field from the New York Mets, Carlos Beltran. Batting fourth and playing right field from the Cincinnati Reds, Ken Griffey Jr. Batting fifth and playing third base from the New York Mets, David Wright. Batting sixth and playing first base from the Milwaukee Brewers, Prince Fielder. Batting seventh and catching from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Russell Martin. Batting eighth and playing second base from the Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley. Pitching and batting ninth from the San Diego Padres, Jake Peavy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2007 National League All-Stars. Welcome to Yankee Stadium and the 79th Major League Baseball All-Star Game, the fourth and final All-Star game to be played at this historic ballpark. And now the starting pitcher for the National League from the Milwaukee Brewers, Ben Sheets. And the starting pitcher for the American League from the Cleveland Indians, Cliff Lee. Now we head around the horn. At first base, a quintet of legends. Orlando Cepeda, Harmon Killebrew, Eddie Murray, Tony Perez, and Willie McCovey. They are joined by tonight's starting first baseman. For the National League, from the Houston Astros, Lance Berkman. And for the American League, from the Boston Red Sox, Kevin Youkilis. We continue and move to second base. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rod Carew. Bill Mazeroski. And Ryne Sandberg. Joining them are tonight's starting second baseman. For the National League, from the Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley. And for the American League, from the Boston Red Sox, Dustin Pedroia. Now we head over to the hot corner and some of the game's greatest third basemen. Brooks Robinson. Mike Schmidt. George Brett. And Wade Boggs. They are joined by tonight's starting third baseman. For the National League, from the Atlanta Braves, Chipper Jones. For the American League, from the New York Yankees, Alex Rodriguez. Now to the shortstop position. Home here in Yankee Stadium to the late, great Scooter, Phil Rizzuto. Tonight, we hail these greats. Louis Aparicio. Ozzie Smith. Robin Yount. Ernie Banks. And Cal Ripken Jr. Joining them are tonight's starting shortstops. For the National League, from the Florida Marlins, Hanley Ramirez. And for the American League, from the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter. Next up, we go out by second base, where he hits so many career doubles. Please welcome Hall of Fame designated hitter Paul Molitor. He is joined by tonight's starting DHs. For the National League, from the St. Louis Cardinals, Albert Pujols. And for the American League, from the Texas Rangers, Milton Bradley. And now we turn our attention to the greats who patrol the outfield. In left, a trio of Hall of Famers. Lou Brock. Billy Williams. And Ralph Kiner. Joining them are tonight's starting left fielders. For the National League, from the Milwaukee Brewers, Ryan Braun. And for the American League, from the Boston Red Sox, Manny Ramirez. Covering that wide swath of acreage in center field, one of the true giants of baseball. Willie Mays. He is joined by tonight's starting center fielders. For the National League, from the Chicago Cubs, Kosuke Fukudome. And for the American League, from the Texas Rangers, a hero last night in the Derby, Josh Hamilton. And now we move to right field and more legends of the outfield. Tony Gwynn. Al Kaline. Frank Robinson. Dave Winfield. Hank Aaron. And Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. Joining them are tonight's starting right fielders. For the National League, from the Colorado Rockies, Matt Holliday. And for the American League, from the Seattle Mariners, Ichiro Suzuki. From the best in the outfield, we turn to the best in the dugout. Behind home plate, please welcome a trio of Hall of Fame managers. Earl Weaver. Tommy Lasorda. and Dick Williams. And representing the best of baseball's front office personnel, they are joined by Hall of Fame executive Lee MacPhail. They are joined by tonight's All-Star managers. The National League manager from the 2007 National League champion Colorado Rockies, Clint Hurdle. And the American League manager from the 2007 World Series champion Boston Red Sox, Terry Francona. And we stay at home plate to recognize some of the game's great catchers. Please welcome the starting catchers for the National League. From the Chicago Cubs, Giovanni Soto. And for the American League, from the Minnesota Twins, Joe Mauer. Joining them behind home plate tonight, a couple of Hall of Fame catchers. Gary Carter. Yogi Berra. Ladies and gentlemen, this majestic ballpark has provided the backdrop for many great baseball moments. But tonight is a first, even for this grand arena. It is my privilege to present to you here in the house that Ruth built, Yankee Stadium, the greatest collection of baseball's all-stars ever assembled on one field. And welcome to Busch Stadium in St. Louis for the 80th Major League Baseball All-Star Game. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2008 American League champion Tampa Bay Rays, Joe Maddon. Batting first and playing right field from the Seattle Mariners, Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second and playing shortstop from the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter. Batting third and catching from the Minnesota Twins, Joe Mauer. Batting fourth and playing first base from the New York Yankees, Mark Teixeira. Batting fifth and playing left field from the Boston Red Sox, Jason Bay. Batting sixth and playing center field from the Texas Rangers, Josh Hamilton. Batting seventh and playing third base from the Texas Rangers, Michael Young. Batting eighth and playing second base from the Toronto Blue Jays, Aaron Hill. And warming up in the bullpen, batting ninth and pitching from the Toronto Blue Jays, Roy Halladay. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2008 World Series champion Philadelphia Phillies, Charlie Manuel. Leading off and playing shortstop from the Florida Marlins, Hanley Ramirez. Batting second, playing second base from the Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley. Here we go, St. Louis, batting third and playing first base from the St. Louis Cardinals, Albert Pujols. Batting fourth and playing right field from the Milwaukee Brewers, Ryan Braun. Batting fifth and playing left field from the Philadelphia Phillies, Raul Ibanez. Batting sixth and playing third base from the New York Mets, David Wright. Batting seventh and playing center field from the Philadelphia Phillies, Shane Victorino. And batting eighth, catching from the St. Louis Cardinals, Yadier Molina. And entering the bullpen, batting ninth and pitching from the San Francisco Giants, Tim Lincecum. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2009 American League and National League All-Stars. And welcome to what is a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky here in Anaheim, California. It's in the mid-80s, and it's the American League taking on the National League. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2009 National League champion, Philadelphia Phillies, Charlie Manuel. Leading off and playing shortstop from the Florida Marlins, Hanley Ramirez. Batting second and playing second base from the Atlanta Braves, Martin Prado. Batting third and playing first base from the St. Louis Cardinals, Albert Pujols. Batting fourth, the designated hitter from the Philadelphia Phillies, Ryan Howard. Batting fifth and playing third base from the New York Mets, David Wright. Batting sixth and playing left field from the Milwaukee Brewers, Ryan Braun. Batting seventh and playing center field from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Andre Ethier. Batting eighth and playing right field from the Milwaukee Brewers, Corey Hart. Batting ninth and catching from the St. Louis Cardinals, Yadier Molina. And in the dugout, pitching tonight's game for the National League from the Colorado Rockies, Ubaldo Jimenez. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2009 World Series champion New York Yankees, Joe Girardi. Leading off and playing right field from the Seattle Mariners, Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second and playing shortstop from the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter. Batting third and playing first base from the Detroit Tigers, Miguel Cabrera. Batting fourth and playing center field from the Texas Rangers, Josh Hamilton. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from the Texas Rangers, Vladimir Guerrero. Batting sixth and playing third base from the Tampa Bay Rays, Evan Longoria. Batting seventh and catching from the Minnesota Twins, Joe Mauer. Batting eighth and playing second base from the New York Yankees, Robinson Cano. Batting ninth and playing left field from the Tampa Bay Rays, Carl Crawford. And the starting pitcher for the American League, warming up in the bullpen from the Tampa Bay Rays, David Price. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2010 American League and National League All-Stars.
For the first time ever, the All-Star Game hits the desert, and the crowd here in Phoenix, Arizona is ready.
And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2010 American League champion Texas Rangers, Ron Washington. Leading off and playing center field from the New York Yankees, Curtis Granderson. Batting second and playing shortstop from the Cleveland Indians, Asdrubal Cabrera. Batting third and playing first base from the Boston Red Sox, Adrian Gonzalez. Batting fourth and playing right field from the Toronto Blue Jays, Jose Bautista. Batting fifth, playing left field from the Texas Rangers, Josh Hamilton. Batting sixth and playing third base from the Texas Rangers, Adrian Beltre. Batting seventh, the designated hitter from the Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz.
Batting eighth and playing second base from the New York Yankees, Robinson Cano. Batting ninth and catching down in the bullpen from the Tigers, Alex Avila. And the starting pitcher down in the bullpen from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Jared Weaver. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2010 World Series champion San Francisco Giants, Bruce Bochy.
Good luck, man. How we doing, Gonzo?
Leading off and playing second base from the Milwaukee Brewers, Ricky Weeks. Batting second, the designated hitter from the New York Mets, Carlos Beltran. Batting third and playing center field from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Matt Kemp. Batting fourth and playing first base from the Milwaukee Brewers, Prince Fielder. Batting fifth and catching from the Atlanta Braves, Brian McCann. Batting sixth and playing right field from the St. Louis Cardinals, Lance Berkman. Batting seventh, playing left field from the St. Louis Cardinals, Matt Holliday. Batting eighth and playing shortstop from the Colorado Rockies, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting ninth, playing third base from the Cincinnati Reds, Scott Rowland. And the starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Philadelphia Phillies, Roy Halladay. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 American League and National League All-Stars.
And right here in Kansas City, in one of the most beautiful ballparks in the country. Tonight is the All-Star game, and it promises to be a memorable one.
And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager of the 2011 World Series champion St. Louis Cardinals, Tony La Russa. Leading off, the designated hitter from the Colorado Rockies, Carlos Gonzalez. Batting second, the center fielder from the San Francisco Giants, Melky Cabrera. Batting third and playing left field from the Milwaukee Brewers, Ryan Braun. Batting fourth and playing first base from the Cincinnati Reds, Joey Votto. Batting fifth and playing right field from the St. Louis Cardinals, Carlos Beltran. Batting sixth, the catcher from the San Francisco Giants, Buster Posey.
Batting seventh, playing third base from the San Francisco Giants, Pablo Sandoval. Batting eighth and playing second base from the Atlanta Braves, Dan Uggla. Batting ninth and playing shortstop from the St. Louis Cardinals, Rafael Furcal. And the starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the San Francisco Giants, Matt Cain. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the back-to-back American League champion Texas Rangers, Ron Washington. Leading off and playing shortstop from the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter. Batting second and playing second base from the New York Yankees, Robinson Cano. Batting third and playing left field from the Texas Rangers, Josh Hamilton. Batting fourth and playing right field from the Toronto Blue Jays, Jose Bautista. Batting fifth, the first baseman from the Detroit Tigers, Prince Fielder. Batting sixth and playing third base from the Texas Rangers, Adrian Beltre. Batting seventh, the designated hitter from the Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz. Batting eighth and catching from the Texas Rangers, Mike Napoli. Batting ninth and playing center field from the New York Yankees, Curtis Granderson. The starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Detroit Tigers, Justin Verlander. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 American League and National League All-Stars. Here it is. It's the 84th MLB All-Star Game. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2012 American League champion Detroit Tigers, Jim Leyland. Leading off and playing left field from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Mike Trout. Batting second, the second baseman from the New York Yankees, Robinson Cano. Batting third and playing third base from the Detroit Tigers, Miguel Cabrera. Batting cleanup and playing first base from the Baltimore Orioles, Chris Davis. Batting fifth and playing right field from the Toronto Blue Jays, Jose Bautista. Batting sixth, the designated hitter from the Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz. Batting seventh and playing center field from the Baltimore Orioles, Adam Jones. Batting 8th, the catcher from the Minnesota Twins, Joe Mauer. Batting 9th and playing shortstop from the Baltimore Orioles, J.J. Hardy. And the starting pitcher, headed toward the bullpen from the Detroit Tigers, Max Scherzer. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2012 World Series champion San Francisco Giants, Bruce Bochy. Leading off and playing second base from the Cincinnati Reds, Brandon Phillips. Batting second and playing right field from the St. Louis Cardinals, Carlos Beltran. Batting third, the first baseman from the Cincinnati Reds, Joey Votto. Batting fourth and playing third base from your New York Mets, David Wright. Batting fifth and playing left field from the Colorado Rockies, Carlos Gonzalez. Batting sixth, the catcher from the St. Louis Cardinals, Yadier Molina. Batting seventh, the shortstop from the Colorado Rockies, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting eighth, the designated hitter from the Colorado Rockies, Michael Kadire. And batting ninth, playing center field from the Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper. And the starting pitcher, warming up in the bullpen from your New York Mets, Matt Harvey. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2013 American League and National League All-Stars.
It is rocking at Target Field in Minneapolis. Normally the home to the Twins, tonight the home to baseball's greatest players.
And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2013 National League champion St. Louis Cardinals, Mike Matheny. Leading off and playing center field from the Pittsburgh Pirates, the reigning MVP in the NL, Andrew McCutchen. Batting second and playing right field from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Yasiel Puig. Batting third, the shortstop from the Colorado Rockies, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting fourth, the first baseman from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from the Miami Marlins, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting sixth and playing third base from the Milwaukee Brewers, Aramis Ramirez. Batting seventh and playing second base from the Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley. Batting eighth and out in the bullpen, the catcher from the Milwaukee Brewers, Jonathan Lucroy. And batting ninth, playing left field, you know him from the Milwaukee Brewers, Carlos Gomez. The starting pitcher from the St. Louis Cardinals, Adam Wainwright. Now to the other side as we meet the American League manager and starting lineup. First, the manager from the 2013 World Series champion Boston Red Sox, John Farrell. Leading off and playing shortstop in his 14th and final All-Star game, the captain from the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter. Batting second, playing left field from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Mike Trout. Batting third, the second baseman from the Seattle Mariners, Robinson Cano. Batting cleanup and playing first base from the Detroit Tigers, reigning AL MVP, Miguel Cabrera. Batting fifth and playing right field from the Toronto Blue Jays, top vote getter, Jose Bautista. Batting sixth, the designated hitter from the Baltimore Orioles, Nelson Cruz. Batting seventh and playing center field for the Baltimore Orioles, Adam Jones. Batting eighth and playing third base from the Oakland Athletics, Josh Donaldson. Batting ninth, out in the bullpen, the catcher from the Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez. And the starting pitcher from the Seattle Mariners warming up, getting ready, Felix Hernandez. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 American League and National League All-Stars. Cincinnati hosts to the Major League Baseball All-Star Game for the fifth time. And now let's meet the American League manager in the starting lineup. The manager from the 2014 American League champion Kansas City Royals, Ned Yost. Leading off and playing center field from the Los Angeles Angels, Mike Trout. Batting second from the Toronto Blue Jays, third baseman Josh Donaldson. Batting third, the first baseman from the Los Angeles Angels, Albert Pujols. Batting fourth, the designated hitter from the Seattle Mariners, Nelson Cruz. Batting fifth and playing right field from the Kansas City Royals, Lorenzo Cain. Batting sixth and playing left field from the Baltimore Orioles, Adam Jones. Batting seventh, the catcher from the Kansas City Royals, out in the bullpen, Salvador Perez. Batting eighth and playing second base from the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve. Batting ninth, the shortstop from the Kansas City Royals, Alcides Escobar. And the starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Houston Astros, Dallas Keuchel. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2014 World Series champion San Francisco Giants, Bruce Bochy. Leading off, the center fielder from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Andrew McCutchen. Batting second and playing third base, and the home run derby champion, and from your Cincinnati Reds, Todd Frazier. Batting third, playing right field for the Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper. Batting cleanup and playing first base from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fifth, the catcher from the San Francisco Giants, Buster Posey. Batting sixth, the designated hitter from the Chicago Cubs, Anthony Rizzo. Batting seventh, the shortstop from the St. Louis Cardinals, Johnny Peralta. Batting eighth and playing left field from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Jock Peterson. Batting ninth and playing second base from the Colorado Rockies, DJ LeMahieu. And the starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Zach Greinke. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 American League and National League All-Stars. Welcome to San Diego, California, and beautiful Petco Park. Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2015 National League champion New York Mets, Terry Collins. Leading off and playing second base from the Chicago Cubs, Ben Zobrist. Batting second, the right fielder from the Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper. Batting third, playing third base from the Chicago Cubs, Chris Bryant. All right, San Diego, batting cleanup, the designated hitter from your San Diego Padres, Will Myers. Batting fifth, the catcher from the San Francisco Giants, out in the bullpen, Buster Posey. Batting sixth and playing first base from the Chicago Cubs, Anthony Rizzo. Batting seventh and playing center field from the Miami Marlins, Marcell Ozuna. Batting eighth, the left fielder from the Colorado Rockies, Carlos Gonzalez. And batting ninth, the shortstop from the Chicago Cubs, Addison Russell. And the starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the San Francisco Giants, Johnny Cueto. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2015 World Series champion Kansas City Royals, Ned Yost. Leading off and playing second base from the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve. Batting second, the center fielder from the Los Angeles Angels, Mike Trout. Batting third and playing third base from the Baltimore Orioles, Manny Machado. Batting fourth, the designated hitter from the Boston Red Sox, Poppy David Ortiz. Batting fifth and playing shortstop from the Boston Red Sox, Xander Bogaerts. Batting sixth, the first baseman from the Kansas City Royals, Eric Hosmer. Batting seventh and playing right field from the Boston Red Sox, Mookie Betts. Batting eighth and catching from the Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez. And batting ninth and playing left field from the Boston Red Sox, Jackie Bradley Jr. The starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Chicago White Sox, Chris Sale. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2016 National League and American League All-Stars. Let's have some fun tonight for the first time in the Sunshine State. Major League Baseball All-Star Game is here and in Miami. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. Managing the American League and standing in for Terry Francona and Tito, all of us in Miami send you our very best. From the Cleveland Indians, Brad Mills. Leading off and playing second base from the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve. Batting second, the third baseman from the Cleveland Indians, Jose Ramirez. Batting third and playing right field, the home run derby champ from the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. Hitting cleanup, the left fielder from the Houston Astros, George Springer. Batting fifth and playing shortstop from the Houston Astros, Carlos Correa. Batting sixth, the first baseman from the Toronto Blue Jays, Justin Smoke. Batting seventh, the designated hitter from the Tampa Bay Rays, Corey Dickerson. Batting eighth and catching from the Kansas City Royals, out of the bullpen, Salvador Perez. And batting ninth, the center fielder from the Boston Red Sox, Mookie Betts. And the starting pitcher tonight for the American League from the Boston Red Sox, out of the bullpen, Chris Sale. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2016 World Series champion Chicago Cubs, Joe Maddon. Leading off and playing center field from the Colorado Rockies, Charlie Blackmon. Batting second, the designated hitter from your Miami Marlins, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting third, playing right field from the Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper. Batting fourth, the catcher from the San Francisco Giants, Buster Posey. Batting fifth, playing second base from the Washington Nationals, Daniel Murphy. Batting sixth, the third baseman from the Colorado Rockies, Nolan Arenado. Batting seventh, playing first base from the Washington Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman. Batting eighth, the left fielder from your Miami Marlins, Marcell Ozuna. And batting ninth, the shortstop from the Cincinnati Reds, Zach Cozart. And the starting pitcher for the National League, out of the bullpen from the Washington Nationals, Max Scherzer. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 National League and American League All-Stars. It's the 89th All-Star Game in Washington, D.C., home of the Washington Nationals. It is a hot, muggy July night. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. Managing the American League from the 2017 World Series champion Houston Astros, A.J. Hinch.
Ready? Come on. Give him knuckles. Give him knuckles. Good work. Congrats.
Leading off and playing right field for the Boston Red Sox, Mookie Betts. Batting second and playing second base from the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve. Batting third, the center fielder from the Los Angeles Angels, Mike Trout. Hitting cleanup, the designated hitter from the Boston Red Sox, J.D. Martinez. Batting fifth and playing third base from the Cleveland Indians, Jose Ramirez. Batting sixth, the left fielder from the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. Batting seventh, the shortstop from the Baltimore Orioles, Manny Machado. Batting eighth, the first baseman from the Chicago White Sox, Jose Abreu. And batting ninth, the catcher from the Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez. Tonight's starting pitcher from the Boston Red Sox, Chris Sale.
Okay. That's right. So India, we're going to go, and then once they announce my name.
All right, now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup.
You lead. Okay. All right. You ready? So once they say so, you'll be right next to me, right behind me, all right?
The manager from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Dave Roberts.
All right. Come on, Blackie. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, fellas. Let's go. Let's win a baseball game. Let's win a
Leading off and playing second base from the Chicago Cubs, Javier Baez.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's win a game.
Batting second, the third baseman from the Colorado Rockies, Nolan Arenado. Batting third, the designated hitter from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fourth, the first baseman from the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman. Batting fifth and playing left field from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Matt Kemp. All right, here he is, batting sixth and playing center field. The home run derby champion from your Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper. Batting seventh, the right fielder from the Atlanta Braves, Nick Markakis. Batting eighth, the shortstop from the San Francisco Giants, Brandon Crawford. Batting ninth, the catcher from the Chicago Cubs, Wilson Contreras. And the starting pitcher for the National League, from your Washington Nationals, Max Scherzer. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 American League and National League All-Stars.
Cleveland, we can't wait. The weather's perfect. It's been a great couple days, and it culminates with a big event tonight here in Cleveland for the 6th time in their history. It's the most anyone has ever hosted this game.
All right, now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. Managing the National League from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Dave Roberts. Leading off, the left fielder from the Milwaukee Brewers, Christian Yelich. Batting second, the shortstop from the Chicago Cubs, Javier Baez. Batting third, the first baseman from the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman. Batting cleanup, the right fielder from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Cody Bellinger. Batting fifth, playing third base from the Colorado Rockies, Nolan Arenado. Batting sixth, the designated hitter from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Josh Bell. Batting seventh, the catcher out of the bullpen from the Chicago Cubs, Wilson Contreras. Batting eighth, playing second base from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte. Batting ninth and playing center field from the Atlanta Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. And the starting pitcher out in the bullpen from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Hyun-Jin Ryu. And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2018 World Series champion Boston Red Sox, Alex Cora. Leading off and playing right field from the Houston Astros, George Springer. Batting second and playing second base from the New York Yankees, DJ LeMahieu. Batting third, the center fielder from the Los Angeles Angels, Mike Trout. The cleanup hitter playing first base from your Cleveland Indians, Carlos Santana. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from the Boston Red Sox, J.D. Martinez. Batting sixth and playing third base from the Houston Astros, Alex Bregman. Batting seventh, the catcher out of the bullpen from the New York Yankees, Gary Sanchez. Batting eighth, the left fielder, longtime Cleveland Indian, now with the Houston Astros, Michael Brantley. Batting ninth, the shortstop from the Minnesota Twins, Jorge Polanco. And the starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Houston Astros, Justin Verlander. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 National League and American League All-Stars.
We're at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. home of the Rockies, where the best baseball players on the planet will compete in the 91st edition of the Midsummer Classic.
And now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. Managing the American League from the Tampa Bay Rays, Kevin Cash. Leading off, the designated hitter and the starting pitcher. From the Los Angeles Angels, Shohei Ohtani. Batting second, the first baseman from the Toronto Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Batting third, the shortstop from the Boston Red Sox, Xander Bogaerts. Batting fourth and playing right field from the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. Batting fifth and playing third base from the Boston Red Sox, Rafael Devers. Batting sixth, the second baseman from the Toronto Blue Jays, Marcus Semien. Batting seventh and catching from the Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez. Batting eighth, the left fielder from the Toronto Blue Jays, Teoscar Hernandez. And batting ninth and playing center field from the Baltimore Orioles, Cedric Mullins. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2020 World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers, Dave Roberts. Leading off and playing shortstop from the San Diego Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr. Batting second, the designated hitter from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Max Muncy. All right, Denver. All right, Colorado. Batting third, playing third base from the St. Louis Cardinals, Nolan Arenado. Hitting cleanup, the first baseman from the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman. Batting fifth, the right fielder from the Cincinnati Reds, Nick Castellanos. Batting sixth in left field, also from the Cincinnati Reds, Jesse Winker. Batting seventh, the catcher from the Philadelphia Phillies, J.T. Realmuto. Batting eighth, the center fielder from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Brian Reynolds. And batting ninth and playing second base from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Adam Frazier. And the starting pitcher for the fourth time in his great career from the Washington Nationals, Max Scherzer. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 American League and National League All-Stars.
Under light blue skies, the All-Star Game is back at Dodger Stadium. Managing the American League, a member of the Dodgers' '81 championship team from the Houston Astros, Dusty Baker. Leading off, the designated hitter from the Los Angeles Angels, Shohei Ohtani. Batting second, right fielder from the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. Batting third and playing third base from the Boston Red Sox, Rafael Devers. Batting fourth, the first baseman from the Toronto Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Batting fifth, the left fielder from the New York Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton. Batting sixth and playing center field from the Minnesota Twins, Byron Buxton. Batting seventh, playing shortstop from the Chicago White Sox, Tim Anderson. Batting eighth, the second baseman from the Cleveland Guardians, Andres Jimenez. Batting ninth, and in the bullpen, the catcher from the Toronto Blue Jays, Alejandro Kirk. And tonight's American League starting pitcher warming up in the bullpen from the Tampa Bay Rays, Shane McClanahan. Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves, Brian Snitker. Leading off and playing right field from the Atlanta Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second, the center fielder from your Los Angeles Dodgers, Mookie Betts. Batting third, the third baseman from the San Diego Padres, Manny Machado. Batting cleanup, the first baseman from the St. Louis Cardinals, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fifth, the shortstop from your Los Angeles Dodgers, Trey Turner.
Oh, look at this. That's so good. That's so
Batting sixth, catching, and in the bullpen right now from the Chicago Cubs, Wilson Contreras. Batting seventh, the designated hitter from the Atlanta Braves, William Contreras. Batting eighth in left field from the San Francisco Giants, Jock Peterson. And batting ninth, playing second base from the New York Mets, Jeff McNeil. And the starting pitcher, warming in the bullpen from your Los Angeles Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw. Fans, your 2022 American League and National League All-Stars. Welcome to the 93rd Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Let's get it started. Now it's time to meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the Philadelphia Phillies, Rob Thompson. Leading off in right field from the Atlanta Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second at first base from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. Batting third in center field from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Mookie Betts. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter from the Los Angeles Dodgers, J.D. Martinez. Batting fifth, the third baseman from the St. Louis Cardinals, Nolan Arenado. Batting sixth, playing second base from the Miami Marlins, Luis Arraez. Batting seventh and doing the catching from the Atlanta Braves, Sean Murphy. Batting eighth in left field from the Arizona Diamondbacks, but from Seattle, welcome home to Corbin Carroll. And batting ninth, that shortstop from the Atlanta Braves, Orlando Arcia. The starting pitcher for the National League from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Zach Gallen. Now it's time to meet the American League starting lineup. Managing the American League from the 2022 World Champion Houston Astros, Dusty Baker. Leading off, the second baseman from the Texas Rangers, Marcus Semien. Batting second, the designated hitter from the Los Angeles Angels, Shohei Ohtani. Batting third in left field from the Tampa Bay Rays, Randy Arozarena. Batting fourth, the shortstop from the Texas Rangers, Corey Seager. Batting fifth at first base from the Tampa Bay Rays, Yandy Diaz. Batting sixth in right field from the Texas Rangers, Adolis Garcia. Batting seventh and playing center field from the Baltimore Orioles, Austin Hayes. Batting eighth and playing third base from the Texas Rangers, Josh Young. Batting ninth, catching from the Texas Rangers, Jonah Heim. And tonight's American League starting pitcher warming up from the New York Yankees, Garrett Cole. Seattle, let's hear it again for your 2023 American League and National League All-Stars. Back in Arlington, getting closer to first pitch of the 94th All-Star Game. And now the starting lineup for the National League, as announced by the manager from the reigning National League champion Arizona Diamondbacks, Torey Lovullo. Leading off, it's his second baseman from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte. Batting second, designated hitter from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. Batting third, shortstop from the Philadelphia Phillies, Trey Turner. Batting cleanup, first baseman from the Philadelphia Phillies, Bryce Harper. Batting fifth and in the bullpen, the catcher from the Milwaukee Brewers, William Contreras. Batting sixth, the right fielder from the Milwaukee Brewers, Christian Yelich. Batting seventh, third baseman from the Philadelphia Phillies, Alec Bohm. center fielder and home run derby champion from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. And batting 9, playing left field from the San Diego Padres, Jurickson Profar. And warming up in the bullpen, the starting pitcher for the National League from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Paul Skeens. Now time for the starting lineup for the American League. Announced by the manager of the reigning World Series champion, it's Bruce Bochy. Leading off and playing left field from the Cleveland Guardians, Stephen Kwan. Batting second, the shortstop from the Baltimore Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. Batting third and in right field from the New York Yankees, Juan Soto. And the cleanup man in center field from the New York Yankees, it's Aaron Judge. The designated hitter from the Houston Astros, Yordan Alvarez. Third baseman from the Cleveland Guardians, Jose Ramirez. The first baseman from the Toronto Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Batting eighth, warming up in the bullpen, catcher of the Baltimore Orioles, Adley Rutschman. And batting ninth, the second baseman from your Texas Rangers, Marcus Semien. And warming in the bullpen, the starting pitcher for the American League from the Baltimore Orioles, Corbin Burns. Texas once again a hand for your 2024 Major League All-Stars.